G'day throttlers, we're out here at Penrith Motorcycle Centre again, and today we're taking out the Kawasaki Ninja 1000. Now this is a really good looking bike, and I believe it's pretty high powered, so stick around for the review of the Kawasaki Ninja 1000. Alright throttlers, welcome to the channel. Today we're out in the western suburbs of Sydney again at Penrith Motorcycle Centres, and we're test riding this absolutely beautiful blue Kawasaki Ninja 1000. I've just been on it for a little while, and I'm already in love, I have to say. But let's get on. Do a review nonetheless, even though I'm already in love, and I'll tell you all about this beautiful Kawasaki Ninja 1000. Alright, let's get out onto this road. Alright, no one coming, let's go. Alright folks, as soon as I'm on the boat and I've accelerated, you may have seen the speedo already. This is an 80 zone, so I'm not speeding, but I certainly got up to speed real fast. Now this is the first time I've ever been on a Ninja 1000, so I don't have anything to compare it with. I can't give you an opinion between the older generation Ninja 1000 compared to the new one, but what I can tell you is this bike is absolutely beautiful. It's very quick. The seating position is semi-upright, which I love. It's not tucked down into a heavy aggressive race position. It's a comfortable slight lean forward. Let's call this a gentleman's position. Perfect for someone of my vintage. Probably not so fun for the young kids that love to get down and pop their chin on the fuel tank. Alright, let's talk about the ergonomics. I've already told you it's an upright seating position, slight lean forward, but my pressure is not on my hands. My pressure is through my spine, down onto my hips, and it's a very, very comfortable position. My feet are tucked back underneath me. They're not so far back, they're in a race position, but they're in a very comfortable, natural position behind me. The pegs are in a really good position. I've literally just stepped off the Vulcan 900, so I've come from a cruiser to get on here, and I have to admit, I've always been a cruiser guy, but jumping from a cruiser back onto this is so much more, yeah, comfortable within reason, but more, you feel like you have more control of the bike as well, which obviously is so important. The engine sounds amazing. Inline 4-cylinder, 1043cc I think for the Ninja 1000. Now I'm always testing my memory when I'm on a bike because I've got no cue cards in front of me, but I think it's 104.5 kilowatts, and maybe that's at 10,000 RPM. And The torque is 111 newton meters of torque, and I'm thinking that's at 7,600 RPM. So this style of bike, as you would expect, is the bike that responds very well to being pushed hard. If you want to get the maximum torque and the maximum power out of this bike, you need to be up in the higher rev range. And looking at the rev counter, 10,000 revs is almost redline. It looks like 11,000 revs is hitting redline. So 10,000 revs, you're almost up there. And so you are pushing this bike really quite hard to get its absolute peak performance out of it. And I certainly don't have the skills to do that safely, so I won't be doing it today. But there are a lot more skillful riders than me that I'm sure that you push these bikes real hard. Now the fairing around the front is in a good position. This windscreen is deflecting enough wind. I can feel a little bit, or I can hear the wind more than feel it around my helmet. But it's certainly not buffeting at all. It's not moving my head around. It's tunneling the wind away from my body and my head really quite well. The dashboard looks really nice. You've got the main thing you're going to see is a tacho, and that sort of describes the style of motor you're running. Something that you really want to watch your tacho and get your revs right for your shift changes. Slightly to the right of that, you've got your gear selection and a clock underneath that. And then over to the right, you've got a digital readout of your speed. And you've also got all of your trip meters over there, and all of your riding modes are all sitting on that side, including the bottom right there. There's an outside temperature, and as you can see, it's a beautiful autumn, 26 degrees today, 26 degrees Celsius that is, for those of you in the northern hemisphere. So this is beautiful, comfortable riding weather. It looks like we might get a bit of rain this arvo, but I'll be back at the shop by then, and safe and sound, fingers crossed. So when I slipped into the Penrith Motorcycle Centre to pick up this bike today, I was greeted by one of my subscribers. So it was really nice to meet you, mate, and your lovely wife. He actually just physically test rode this and was waiting around to purchase or to put in an order for the Ninja 1000. And so congratulations on your new bike order, mate. I look forward to hearing all about it when you get it and pick it up and take it for a ride. But I'm very excited for you, mate, and it was an absolute pleasure to meet you too. Alright, so let's take a left up here. This is my favourite little road out in these areas. And as we're turning a left into here, if that four-wheel drive's going to wait for me, which it looks like he is. Alright, let's talk about the brakes. So the front wheel has twin 300mm discs, 4 piston calipers, and the stopping on this bike is absolutely phenomenal. Now the rear wheel has a single disc, 250mm, and it's got, I'm pretty sure it's got a 2 piston caliper in it. But these brakes are more than adequate. They are really, really good at stopping this bike, and obviously a bike like this has got ABS as well, so it's keeping you safe if you're planning it on the brakes, and especially in wet weather as well. And this little corner always catches me out a bit, but it's a beautiful little area over the creek. I love it through here. Alright, now we're at the base of the switchback, so I just want to give myself some space to have some fun up here and not put any pressure on me at all. Alright, let's go. So coming down into a 60 zone, got to obey the laws. Alright, this is my favourite little bit of the road, coming up here through some nice little hairpin turns, be able to lean the bike over. Again, I'm not a professional rider, folks. I'm just a bloke that loves to do motorcycle reviews in my spare time and share my experiences with potential buyers. This is where all the fun happens. Alright, as you can see, the acceleration out of the corner is absolutely amazing. So again, on this bit of road, we're certainly looking at a steep incline, hairpin turns, and a pretty good quality of road. This is probably the nicer bit of road in this area. Nice and smooth. The sun's out, so our tyres are pretty warm. And it's just a really nice piece of road to ride through. And on the Ninja 1000, it's just comfortable. It's effortless. I keep letting this guy up ahead of me get ahead, but we just catch him so easily. Just absolutely beautiful. Do you know what? I can generally find a fault with every bike that I ride. You know, I'm always positive about most of the bikes, but there's always faults. There's always things that you'd like to see different or better. I just can't find anything faulted with this bike at all. Its performance is amazing, its handling is amazing, its comfortability is great. Oh, there's another word that I got in trouble for the other day. Comfortability. Maybe I made it up, I don't know. But someone pulled me up on that and said it's just comfort, it's not comfortability. I wonder. I might have to look up the dictionary. Either way, comfortability, it sounds cool. I'm going to keep using it. If it's not in the dictionary, I might make sure it gets in there. Alright, we're coming up to the lookout up here. Well, let's pull over, do a walk around so you can have a good look around the bike, and then head back down the hill and take the bike back to Penrith Motorcycle Centre. Here we are up at Yellow Mundy Regional Park again, folks. We're doing a walk around on the Ninja 1000. I keep going to call it a Z1000, but it's not. It's a Ninja 1000. And as you can see, the colour of it is absolutely phenomenal. Starting at the front of the bike, looking at twin lights, nice windscreen, and really high set mirrors. Coming down the front of the bike, we've got the twin 300mm discs with ABS and 4-piston calipers. Beautiful fairing around the front of the bike, hiding the engine, which is not actually what I like. I like to see an engine, but this does look really nice. Coming down to the stock pipes, which sound good, but just like always, I'd like to see an aftermarket set of pipes on a bike. I certainly love it. So there's your adjustable dial for your rear shock to make it harder or softer, whatever you choose. Rear single disc, 250mm with, I think, a 2-piston caliper. Coming around the back, looking at the seat's really comfortable. Again, like the Z400 I did the other day, the seat is more comfortable than it looks, and a nice high pillion seat as well, so they can look over your helmet. Coming round to the tail lights, really sexy tail lights. Nice decent sized rear tyre, chain drive of course. And coming back down the left hand side of the bike, let's have a look at the cockpit very briefly. Alright, nice dials there, that's your tacho, and all of your speed is over in the right hand side LCD. And the controls are just like every other sports bike control, especially from Kawasaki, much the same. Everything works, everything's in a really good spot. And that's it for the walk around of the Ninja, the Ninja 1000. Alright, here we are heading back towards the shop, back down the hill. One thing I love about motorcycling is I've just pulled up to that little lookout, met a couple of really nice fellas, in particular Nutbag Scotty Thank you for taking the photo of me, mate. I appreciate it. He rode in on his Fat Bob, I should say. I think it was a Fat Bob. And he was gracious enough to take a photo of me with the bike and have a little chat. Really nice fella. Good on you, Scotty. Thanks very much. Alright, as I've been saying about this bike the whole way, I can't find fault in it at all. Now it must be said that it's not my style of bike. I'm not so much a fan of all the fairings and the modern look. If you know me, you know that I like the classic styled bikes. But other than that, the bike itself is just phenomenal. It just responds very well to every input you put into it. It gives you good feel. Sounds good, feels good, goes good. What more could you want? Whew. Beautiful bike. Alright, I think this is the last little turn, guys. Then I'm going to switch the cameras off and just have a good time on the way back to the shop. And I will do a final wrap up when I get there. Alright, that's it for the corners, folks. Stay tuned. I'm coming back very shortly with the final wrap up. G'day throttlers. Now I've just gotten back after my test ride of this Ninja 1000. Now, some days you're just surprised about what happens. Now, I don't necessarily like the fairing style of bike, but other than that, this is one of the nicest bikes I've ridden in a long time. Now, this isn't my style of bike, but I had so much fun and I literally can't find a fault in this bike at all. Let's have a quick look at the body position before we say our goodbyes. Not that you can see my head anymore, which is a probably good thing. But you can see that this is the seating position on this bike. Really comfortable, almost upright, but sporty enough. And man, I'm just surprised. It's not what I expected. I didn't think I'd have as much fun on this as I did. Now, the only thing that I can say, that it could definitely steal your license away if you're not careful. Very quick. And if you're not watching your speedo all the time, the boys in blue are going to catch up with you, no doubt at all. But other than that, what an amazing bike. If you're interested in the Kawasaki Ninja 1000, definitely test ride it. I think you're going to love it. If you're in New South Wales, especially Sydney, come down to Penrith Motorcycle Centre. Tell them Rob from Throttle Downunder sent you. And I think you'll really love this. I love it. Now, if I liked the fairing style of bike, I'd be driving away in one right now. But it's not my look, but everything about it was perfect in any other way. Anyway, guys, subscribe if you like the channel. Give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this review. If you didn't, give us a thumbs down. That's totally cool. And until the next video, throttle on.